morning. It is day 23 of Vlogtober. Just coming downstairs. We still haven't put any pictures up on the wall there, but it is a joining wall, and yes, we can just put up picture hooks, but that requires both of us at the same time. And I think actually what's going to end up going there is all my, I've got loads of finished cross stitch pieces, so they might go up there, kind of like an art wall, because the living room is kind of art and photos, so it'd be nice to have a lot of stuff actually on display, because most of it has lived in boxes since they were done. I found so many yesterday crochet pieces, not crochet, cross stitch, which are finished, and they're not framed or anything, they're just finished. A couple of them they belong in a set. So like I've done 2 witches to go with a wizard. The wizard is framed. I have the 2 frames for the witches, but I think I need the sticky board to attach them to it. Can't quite remember because it's quite some time ago. Yeah, so that's like a triptych. That's 3 pictures. I've got a couple of round robins. So that's where you stitch a piece first, like a section. It's usually multiple little images put together. So you stitch a piece, you send it off to someone else, they stitch the next bit, they send it on, and so on and so forth, and it comes back to you. So I've got 3 of those, and I know at least 2 of them need additional stitching on it. So whether it's the final piece needs to be added, or they were a set of 6 patterns and there was only 4 in the round robin, they need 2. I've got one that needs a border, I think, and the writing done on it to say what year it was and who was involved. Yeah, so they're sitting waiting to be done. I also have a Looney Tunes one. No, that was a round robin as well. That's got loads that needs doing on it. Because I basically just asked people to pick one, and I knew where they were wanting to go. So yeah, I've got a few of those that need finishing. And then the idea is that they can be framed or made into something. I think the Looney Tunes one, I had planned to make, I think I'd just planned to frame it for my parents, but I do have the Looney Tunes bags from Poundland, and I was going to make a quilt with the bags, so it could be the centre square of that, like a quilt cover, you know, just like a blanket throw type thing. And I even bought fabric to back it, so yeah. Anyway, shall we get back on to today? So it is Wednesday. The birds have all been out in the garden, so I've got a little bit of footage of them. I think I caught the coal tit this morning, and I did spot the blue tit, but he was next door and too fast for me. So yeah, it's really nice waking up to seeing and hearing all the birds in the garden. So 4 seems to have buried himself again in the corner, so we'll leave him to wake up. And have I got my top on backwards? No, it just feels very high at the front. I'm going to go and make myself my breakfast. None of that was a sentence. I'm going to make myself some breakfast. I did yesterday's vlog. The day before is going up today, because I've been putting up other videos, so I was trying not to like overload YouTube with all these videos. Yeah. So my aim today is to go through the big box that's in Ralph's room. I think it's just got my screen sensation and all the screens and stuff for that, and another screen. There's a screen printing kit in there. I think it's mostly like sewing and dressmaking stuff. So yeah, that's what my plan is, to go through that. If the weather stays dry, because it's currently dry, then I might go for a walk over the road. But because it's been raining, I'm going to need to wear my welly boots in case I get stuck. Yeah, so I'll have to try those on again. Yeah, I did get a second hour in on the Mighty Samurai. Down in the bottom tree. But I don't think it was a full hour because we were watching the Grand Tour sand job yesterday, and I know that I was watching it and not stitching. So I am going to do a little bit more, maybe like 10 minutes to finish up that hour. And then that's day 52. And yeah, and other than that, Frodo needs to be put back together. All these limbs need to be finished and put together, and then I am going to work on the secret crochet piece, because my hour timer yesterday worked very well, and I worked on 3 different projects. So I'm going to do that again today, I think, minus the 10 minutes on the samurai. So I'll do the samurai first to get that bit done, and then I'll work my way around my projects again. Yeah, so that is today's plan. I don't think I need to do anything else. I don't have plans for anything else. So if anything else does happen, then yay. I do have some vouchers though for some McVitie's biscuits, so I may just have to brave the bridge and go walk to Tesco's to get some. Or I could walk to Morrison's. That means not having to go over a bridge. We'll see. Morrison's is about at least a mile away. I'm not very good at walking long distances. Yeah, so, but I am expecting a ball of yarn to come either today or tomorrow. So, yeah, I guess we'll see. But anyway, if you are new here, then hi, you're very welcome. Yeah, these are my October vlogs. So, yeah, I hope you're enjoying the October, and I will see you all soon. Feel like I've done very much today, and then I look out in the hallway by the door and I realise actually I have emptied 3 big boxes. One had the iron in it and some fat quarters, so I emptied a plastic box that had books in it and put the fat quarters in that box, and they fit, so that's gone straight up into my room. I have also emptied a box with cross-stitch stuff in it, which I think I did yesterday actually. I can't remember. And I've done the big box, like the giant box that was in there. It was the last massive box I had. And that had my, I have a screen printing kit. I have my, Screen Sensation, which is also another screen printing kit, along with the inks for it and loads of screens. I also had my ironing board in there, which is just, it's basically a piece of hardboard with heat-proof wadding and then fabric on top. And I think this one doesn't have a cutting mat, but I have another one that does have a cutting mat underneath as well. And they're about A3 size, so they're really nice and portable. So that was in there as well. There was also some folders. So I have the Art of Quilting folders, and I have 3 of them, and they're lever arch ones, so they're quite big. So I want to try and get to those as well at some point. I want to try and do like one a week, maybe one block a week, and then I can get that quilt put together. Because all the fabric's there, all the instructions are there. I have everything for it. I just need to actually do it. So that, yeah, that is all upstairs. My pattern cutting folder was also in there, so I've put that with them. So they're in the new unit upstairs. And I have been and put up pretty much all of the Crochet Society boxes that I had in my room are on my shelf, which is exciting. And I found a box, which is a little box of crochet, which someone actually gifted to me. So I've put that on the shelf as well. And yeah, which means I've been able to put one of my trolleys back where it belongs, which is good. I have watched no TV. That's a lie. I've just watched Helen from Giddy Knits, her latest Vlogtober episode, which is week 3 for her. And I've just started watching Stuart in Stitches. He's a floss tuber and he's just put up episode 5. So he's a new to YouTube, and he does some of the most amazing cross stitch pieces. And that's all he does, he just does cross stitch. But he also makes some of his project bags for them, which I've made before as well, something similar with the vinyl front. And what he does is there's a fun segment in there in his podcasts where he will go through some of his bags that he doesn't know what's in them and that have been like on a shelf for a little while, and he'll show off some like either languishing projects, or sometimes they're projects to go, so they're all kitted up ready to actually start work on. So it's just quite fun to see what he's got as well. But he's started a Heaven and Earth design, I think, and it's full coverage and it's spooky, and it's just, yeah, I'm amazed at people who can do the full coverage like that. So I have also remembered to water the terrarium because I did forget on the Sunday, which is not very good of me. So I've done that. We've had the birds in the garden as well. I think I spotted a bullfinch this morning. So, and I had to Google it to make sure it was a bullfinch, and it was in next door's garden. So I'm hoping that like come the spring, we can get maybe a couple of little trees that they'll like, and put them in the garden. And then that will invite more varieties of birds to us as well. So yeah, I've also edited yesterday's vlog and have scheduled it for tomorrow. And then I have also spotted for this morning, basically making a huge mess of his food. Ralph bought some new like food pellets, but they're not pellets really. It's just like mushed up food for him, and he's got it everywhere. So yeah, that's really funny to watch. Yeah, so that is today. I've also done my Whip Wednesday. I need to make it into a video at the minute, but I have recorded all the projects that I've been working on either this week or I'm going to be working on as of today. So week 2 of the gingerbread cow came out today, and I've got all the yarn down with me so I can work on that. My yarn from, I actually ordered this from Amazon. It's from Affenbee's knitting store. So I have a ball of yummy so I can finish off the last couple of ghosts that I need to do, and then they can go in the post on Friday. And yeah. So actually, the first thing I'm going to do is set my timer for an hour again, because that's what I said I was going to do, and I did it yesterday and it worked really well. So I'm going to set my timer for an hour, put Stuart in Stitches back on, because I haven't finished episode 5, and then I'm going to make my 2 ghosts, because I have the yarn. And once they're done, I'll put them all together, and then I'll start on the gingerbread cow, and I might even get to do some of my secret crochet today as well. Yeah, I think that's everything. Yeah, so I'm going to pop the telly back on. And I'm going to get crocheting. I am freezing cold though. Like, I've got a full t-shirt on and a jumper. I'm going to have to go and get my hoodie and then put the blanket on me as well because I am cold. Yeah. Let's get crocheting anyway.